On the war with Iran, President Trump says he is pulling back on a newly announced military operation in the Strait of Hormuz. He says it's in order to give time for peace talks. He says it's in order to give time for peace talks. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
I call it a skirmish.
President Trump, speaking at an event for military mothers Wednesday afternoon, said he believes Iran wants to make a deal to end the war with the U.S.
And we'll see whether or not they are agreeing. And if they don't agree, they'll end up agreeing shortly thereafter.
The president, in a social media post earlier in the day, warned Iran that bombing will start at a much higher intensity if the regime doesn't agree to a deal. Iran says it's reviewing the latest U.S. proposal, reportedly a one-page memorandum of understanding.
They want to make a deal. We've had very good talks over the last 24 hours.
Axios reports provisions include Iran committing to a moratorium on nuclear enrichment and the U.S. agreeing to lift sanctions and release billions in frozen assets.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't. And they've agreed to that, among other things.
The president cited negotiations as the reason he paused the new U.S. military initiative in the Strait of Hormuz, Project Freedom, shortly after it launched this week.
The administration said 2 U.S.-flagged commercial ships made it through the waterway during the short-lived operation, but said hundreds more were lined up. Retired Admiral Robert Moret explains the challenges.
The people that are really going to decide whether the straits are open or not are the shipping companies and their insurance carriers. It's not going to be the United States government or the Iranian government.
The naval blockade of Iranian ships continues, with CENTCOM saying it disabled an Iranian ship Wednesday that was trying to enter the Strait of Hormuz. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.